I work part-time now in a funeral home, probably to carry on my father's legacy, because when I came to this Northern Virginia area, people heard that I'd been in the funeral business, but more back home, people said, "Oh, you're not in the funeral business anymore. You've gone into journalism or some funny thing." And of course, my mother never quite understood what I ever did. I think till the day she died, she wanted to say I was a lawyer or a doctor or something that folks at the Bridge Club would remember. But to say I was in journalism, but not sure just where that was or what I was doing, was difficult for her. And so she decided I was a diplomat, because I was going to foreign countries all the time. And she didn't want to think that I was perhaps involved in some sort of espionage or something, which I was not. I was simply an international correspondent for UPI at the time. And it was a good experience. But the folks back home said, you know, you're not in the funeral business. But I happened to move off Braddock Road here in Northern Virginia, near the George Mason University, and down the street was a cemetery, which about 6 years ago opened a funeral home. And I'd been around the cemetery for various reasons with our church and one thing and another, and I got to know one of the owners there, and he asked, you know, a little bit of background. I said, well, you know, my family had funeral business back home. He said, oh, well, you know, we're just opening the funeral home. Maybe you want to be a part-timer. And I thought, well, I've kind of put my other careers to aside, and maybe that'd be, you know, good to get out of the house once in a while. So I started working there on Tuesdays. So I became Tim Tuesday, and I only work there on Tuesdays, and I'm dedicated to it. And it's wonderful because I still do a bit of publishing and one thing and another, but I pretty much work by myself. And this way, when I show up on Tuesday, I'm happy to be there, and you know what? They're kind of happy to see me. And it's a mutual benefit.